Alrighty, let's get into it. I'm like, am I muted? Okay, so we are going to be talking about The Last of Us episode 6 and 7, kind of, sort of, all of it together, maybe. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I don't know how to start because I'm trying to be
Uh-oh.
positive about it.
There we go. I thought I lost you for a second.
Was I gone? Can you not hear me?
No, it was all me.
Oh,
My
okay. I was
headphones
making.
tied up to like two different things.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, speaking of The Last of Us, I love your background. I love seeing Pedro's face. And we're just going to get right into The Last of Us. So, the last time we talked about it, I think we had just left off when she killed, I don't even remember the girl name, Nora or whatever. She
Nora,
found
yes.
Nora and she killed her. And so we skipped a couple weeks. So we had 2 episodes between. And speaking of Pedro Pascal, we had season 6, where I guess we were rolling into if he told her what happened, because that's where we left off. And I had said that I thought she knew for some time, and I felt like she knew, but she was just kind of keeping the secret. And so this episode kind of went in a very long way to get us there. But I will say, since he died, this is one of my favorite episodes this season. And I'm like really sad to say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I feel like season 1 was so good. Even the episodes that cut away from Joel and Ellie, like the one with the couple, like they were all so strong. But I feel like I after I thought about it, I was like, dang, I just would have never, I don't know, I never expected to feel this way about the show if I had only seen, well, I did, but having season 1 and knowing how solid and how much faith I had in every episode, even if Joel and Ellie weren't the focus, I knew the episode was gonna be good and they were gonna give me something every time. But by this season, I just don't feel that way anymore. My trust they've lost my trust completely.
The show's trust value went down.
Yeah,
They're no longer in the top
did.
10.
I mean, they might be, when you talking about something like Mayfair Witches, I mean, they're above Mayfair Witches, but
Oh yeah, we're not gonna jump that. We're not gonna jump out that far
because that's like the only other show that is part of like a franchise that I feel like I have no trust. Like even Talamasca coming out, whatever coming out, I know my trust is shaky. I can't get excited about it because I'm like, so what's the team gonna be on? Because we got Mayfair Witches over here doing whatever, and then we got IWTV, which is like groundbreaking and like perfect. And what is Talamasca gonna be? And that's not even based off a book, I guess. So I can't even really trust y'all. So I don't really know. But I feel like that's kind of how I feel. How do you feel after the season finale about the show in general?
I knew going into this season that it was going to be kind of a polarizing season, just from the context of what takes place alone. And when the game came out, it was very much you hate it or you love it type of situation. And I did find myself at the end of it all still enjoying the entire journey. But for this version, this adaptation, I don't know. Even with knowing the stuff that was coming, I just felt underwhelmed. I felt underwhelmed. Some of the choices already, I think, initially put it in a place for the people that had the context for the game, to put them in a position to go into it already with like preconceived notions, whether they're going to hate it or love it. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really too much make sense for me to make some of these changes or not make some of these changes. Just to put the show at the best place to be received the best. Because now I find myself in a place where I get to the end of this season and I'm just like, meh,
Yeah, I'm so shocked that I felt that way. And like, okay, so you played the game. Did the game feel as like, compared to the first game, did the second game have that same effect where it kind of was like, I mean, you enjoyed it obviously, but it wasn't as great as the first game? Like, was there a drop off in enjoyability for the game?
Kind of, because it was definitely a pace change. We went from this survival, kind of, survival mystery, get this girl to the end, what's going to happen, etc. And when you start this game, it kind of like is different pace immediately.
Yeah, because it's like a time jump.
Like, yeah,
you're like, oh, they all right.
And now it's just kind of like family.
So what's the point? Yeah, that's true.
Like the pace change was a little jarring. So I just went along with the ride, and because you have no idea what's to come, I just remember every twist and turn feeling so emotional about it, whether I hated it or loved it. I know there was a visceral reaction, and it all was in a place of just how this, like, the things going on screen was eliciting the emotions from me. So it wasn't like this is a bad game. It's just like, oh my God, I'm devastated, or oh my God, I'm really happy. And I just don't here. It just feels like I'm forced to be so hypocritical of everything, and like there's so much more frustration in this show than I just remember experiencing in the game.
Yeah, I think some of the changes they made hurt the believability a lot for the show, and I think if you're going to take away such a strong presence like Joel, I don't know, like, well, let's talk about some of that, like why I ultimately feel like that's the problem. Like, Pedro Pascal basically hard carry basically is the conclusion I've come to, because episode 6 was like one of the stronger episodes of the season, and it's them. Like, it didn't take long into episode 6 where I was watching, and they had, which I love how they did the birthdays. They kind of centered the episode pacing through her birthdays. But even those moments where he would say, it's like back then, even as the viewer, I kind of felt that way when I was watching it. It was like, I remember why I love the show. Him and Bella have such good chemistry on screen, just like in those moments where they were in the woods riding their horses on the way to the museum. That felt so much stronger than a lot of what I've been watching this entire season. And it made me miss the first season, because I'm like, this is what I came for. This is what pulled me in. And I guess I hadn't realized how much chemistry that the two of them have. Like, they work well together. I think a lot of what makes Ellie, I don't know if likable
palatable.
The word palatable is Joel's presence, and that this episode just like really proved it to me, to the point where I don't even know if I'm interested in seeing Ellie anymore.
And I mean, I'm thinking to myself, what was the difference between this season and last season? Because Ellie had standalone moments. Ellie had flashback episodes where she was with I can't remember the character name, but I think Ryan, that girl, the black girl that she
I love that episode. Yeah, she did.
That episode, she had the episode where she was kidnapped with the cannibals. She had, like, there was a good amount of moments where she was by herself and still impactful, still engaging. I'm still immersed. I think taking away Pedro, having some form of balance for her character, with like a likable character, mind you. Like, that's the thing. She's going off.
That's what they wanted Dina to be with.
She's going off with Jesse, and it's not curling
y'all
over
really
all the way
just
for me.
threw Dora at me in episode 1, and y'all killed Joel in episode 2.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't give me no chance to feel nothing about her.
Yeah. So I think it's just like she's kind of out here. Her energy is just bouncing off the walls, and you don't have those Joel parentheses, those brackets to keep her contained.
Really,
so
to
now
make
it's
it believable that her goofy ass is not dead. I think Joel just made it believable for me in a way, because despite her being Ellie and playful and whatever, we had the ever present, ever vigilant Joel in the shadows, and you knew that. To me, made it so much more realistic that she could survive.
Bring us back on track.
Yeah. Her survival was realistic anytime Joel was on screen for me. Now that Joel's gone, I'm just like, there's no way this girl is alive.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's very interesting, and I unfortunately did not expect to feel this way by the end of season 2. Just also point out that 7 episodes is wild to me.
What is going on?
7 episodes is egregious. And now at this point in time, with what we have experienced, 7 episodes, honestly fair. But if this was really hitting like it was supposed to, 7 episodes is ridiculous. Like,
they knew
at
nobody
least give
wanted
us
more.
10.
But I thought in theory, I talked about it with my husband a little bit, that I thought maybe if they were doing because I've heard that in the game you also play Abby after a certain point. So
yeah,
maybe they thought that this was a good stopping point because of shifting to the Abby frame. But I feel like maybe they could have added a little bit more to fill it in to give us at least 8 episodes.
Because you leaving Abby as a cliffhanger does boo-boo for me. Like nothing.
Because y'all really want us to care about this girl. The Abby is so forced. Did it feel that way in the game?
No. Well, actually, funny, because I feel like I brought this up, but I'm gonna go into it again because I will never forget. Now I can talk about it. Yay!
Now you can talk about it, right?
So playing the game, when you start in the show, you're going through, you're having the slice of life moment. It's pretty much like you're just watching this movie of Ellie going through her fields with Joe. Beautiful scenes, him singing to her, so good. But then you get the jolt of action when you are in that snowstorm, and I think you're playing as you're not playing as Ellie. You switch over to Abby, and then you are with Joel. Y'all are going up to the cabin. Everything takes place.
You play her in that part.
I'm pretty sure you play her because it doesn't make sense for Ellie to be there.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense for Ellie to be there, and it wouldn't make sense for you to be Joel because we're watching Joel.
Right, and he shows up out of nowhere to help Abby. So yeah, you're playing as Abby, and it didn't really mean much at that moment for me to be playing as this girl. If this is the way it took place, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, because at this point we don't know her plan. So even though that is like, oh, what's going on? Okay, I'm curious.
So after you end him, you're going as normal. In my brain, it just didn't process that I was going to be playing with her anymore moving forward.
Which is
so
also
when it did
to make the player base play the person who kills him. That's like even more sadistic, especially because y'all didn't know it was coming.
Right. So let me tell you, I don't remember exactly the scene, but all of a sudden it switched perspectives and I'm playing as her. I had such a visceral reaction. I put the controller down, I cut the game off, and I said, "You will not," because I was almost insulted that you're gonna force me to play as this character. So I said, "I'm never playing this game again," and I cut it off. Now I did go back to it once I got over myself.
Yeah, right.
But it really shook me to my core that y'all are gonna force me to play as this girl, and I was like, "No, ma'am, absolutely not."
So when do you play her again after that?
That's probably going into spoiler territory, I guess.
Well, I mean, because like where
we've experienced, we haven't. I don't think you play as Abby much from what we experienced on this season so far.
Okay, because like where it ends is where I'm assuming in the game you start to play as her around the same point.
Yeah.
In the story?
Because we're gonna get a lot more of
because we're about to go through Abby's day 1, 2, 3 in Seattle. That's what I'm assuming. Like the way they ended it. We're about to go through the same days we just saw Ellie go through.
Yeah, and this is how I'm feeling about, like, I guess this is the moment where I'm switching and now I'm playing as Abby. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to play.
Why I gotta see the same 3 days from her side? I literally don't care. Like, I honestly feel like Jesse, like, girl, I don't care about this war. I really don't care. I don't care why they fighting.
I can really go back home.
Really don't care to know why. I probably
eventually it's gonna land on our doorstep, but let them thin each other out.
We'll figure that out. Yeah. Okay, we on our Cersei Lannister shit, because really, I don't care. I even through this season, seeing the 2 factions fighting, there, you know me, I always got questions. Have you heard me ask anything?
You really haven't.
That's how much I don't care. Like, I don't care.
You ain't asked nothing about
what insight are y'all gonna give me?
Seraphites or the wolves?
I don't care. So I don't agree with leaving the season out there, because the way I'm not coming back. I mean, I'll probably watch it if nothing else on.
I was about to say,
I really don't care.
the hope that I do have is there are
Yeah.
some very interesting characters coming up from these factions and their interactions with other characters, that this is the last thing I honestly care to see before writing this show off.
Well, because like for me, I could just ride into the sunset pretending Abby shot Ellie. Great, amazing. And Tommy went home.
And for me, I'm just going to go back and watch the game like a movie again and just remember that. Because honestly, if I'm asking myself which one I prefer, it is not this one. I mean, it's not this one. It's just not. So,
yeah. And
I've been telling people
that's
all the
sad
time,
for me
you got
to
an issue with it, go watch
say.
the original.
But that's the sad thing to say, though, because I really could just leave it here and never just like, I mean, y'all done killed Jesse. Ellie needs to be Ellie needs Christmas canceled on her, and Tommy just need to go home. Like, there's nothing for me here.
Yeah, I forgot they killed our Korean bang.
I know, I'm so upset about it. But anyway, so episode 6 was great. Once again, I love the museum.
Wait a minute, man, this show sucks, man. We gotta watch another season.
No, anyway, I'm not watching another season. Great. I'm not watching another season.
I'm just talking about how
no, but that's how I feel about it. Like, that's the last good episode. The Last of Us, the last good episode was 6.
6.
Don't even get me started on episode 7. Let me just give Pedro his flowers. That man.
Yeah, let's talk about episode 6.
He commands a screen. That whole museum thing was beautiful. That was cute. It's something about Ellie I don't like.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, I
don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Anybody that feels the same as me and Bree, I know we will all feel, just wouldn't feel this way if they recast Ellie. I'm telling you.
You think they should have recast her with somebody older? You stand by that?
This is the issue. I stand by it. I'll die on that hill. I just truly believe it. Even if y'all don't agree now, if we got to see some ChatGPT, Google just released VO3. That's a crazy, insane video software. Bitch, just age up Ellie in these episodes and replay. I promise you, it just feels
her face is just too young for me for some of the situations. I do agree. Like, some situations I'm watching and her face just reads 14. And I don't know if it's even styling. I feel like y'all could have put some contour on her. I know it's the apocalypse, but just make it, y'all age Pedro up. Like, can we get some contour on Bella?
Yeah, they aged Pedro up a little bit.
Yeah, they did. Like, can we get a little contour or something? Can she look like she been? I don't know. She just looks
something.
She looks too
young.
Because
I feel like our brain subconsciously would just receive the information we're taking on screen in a different way that we might not even notice.
As for me, I do have some issues. I don't know. I don't know if it's the acting, but even the episode, like, okay, because I think it is her needing to be aged up. And the reason I agree with you is because of episode 6. Because seeing her with Pedro through those years felt natural. And I think that's also part of what made the episode strong. Her childlike wonder fits when she's with Joel. Her childlike wonder kind of fits when he took her to the museum and she was so hype about seeing the museum, the dinosaurs sitting in the spaceship. That felt authentic because of her. But some of these very mature situations she's been thrusted into this season, like, I get it, she's young, but it's just something about it. I don't know if she's just not connecting to it for me as an actress or something, but it's just not clicking. I think Dina's actress is very strong. Like, so I don't know if it's that she needs to look so much older, but Dina felt more believable for me.
Dina felt in a lot of ways more believable for me. Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways. It felt more believable. Yeah. Like, Ellie just it didn't curl over all the way for me. That level of immaturity was still there. And keep in mind, in the games, her immaturity was also still there. This girl is rampaging by herself, like getting in boats, traveling to unknown regions just to fight groups of people she has no idea anything about. So she's still making irrational decisions. But I want to say, just like, if I knew nothing about this show, I came and sat down and you took the blindfold off of me and played her sneaking up on an encampment, I'm going to look at show Ellie and be like, oh, what the fuck about to go down? And I'm going to look at show Ellie and be like, where is her sitter? Like, where is her guardian?
Right.
Why is she, like, y'all want her to die? You know what I mean? Like, that's just how my brain processes stuff.
He's saying one man army girl child feels better on the video game than the movie. And I think also the video game spent a lot of time making it feel more believable, especially when you have time playing as this character, putting down bodies. I think there's just that does serve the idea a little bit better than the show, where you're basically getting, you don't have that. But episode 6 really just solidified it to me that she needs a strong presence on screen to feel believable in a lot of the situations that she finds herself in, and I just don't think she can solo carry it.
Yeah, because by this point in time in the show, Ellie has like 70 bodies under her.
That's what I thought. I remember you saying, and I was like, wait, why is she struggling so bad?
Because it's like you're going through just sneaking up on their area in Seattle. You take out 20 people, and it's just like it ingrains that badass in Ellie. So you don't have that in this. You have her going up against the mini boss before she went through any minions. You know what I mean?
And that's the other thing. Like, okay, so that's a good point. They decided to take that stuff out of the show for all intensive purposes, like all of that playing where you fight a mini boss and you got bodies under you. They purposely decided to make sure they didn't make that a reality for show Ellie, whether it was inferred or real, because we see her reaction to killing people. Like, outside of the moral dilemma, she just feel like she ain't never killed nobody before episode 7.
What are you talking about, her reaction to pregnant girl?
Killing people. I mean, just in general, even when she killed Nora, I mean, she locked in for Nora, but she didn't kill Nora. She didn't kill her. Like, she didn't kill her, like, through force. She left her to die. And then she killed the 2 people by mistake.
I think she definitely
no, she said she left her. She said she left her.
Yeah. She left her. A part of me believes that's more of the sadistic, like, I'm not gonna give you relief. Like, enjoy.
I would have been with you until she killed 2 people by mistake and like had a panic attack about it.
Well, okay, so let's get into that. So. Well, actually, we skipping over all the season episodes. I'm just saying, 6.
Okay, but because there's not much to say. Pedro's awesome.
But let me, we can go back and touch on that. Anything you want to
say about, go ahead.
But I feel like her going up in that room and being presented with them, this is the next people on her list. I think she is, number one, trying to be as methodical as she can, even though she's salivating at the idea of getting this revenge. So in my brain, her immediate instinct is, okay, let's get the information first. Where is this bitch? Do the whole map conversation, such and such, blah, blah, blah. I don't think in this moment in time, actually killing either of them would have affected her like it did when she got the additional information. In that moment, had she had to kill both of them, I don't think her reaction would have been the same. Now, the fact that she did not plan on killing them when she did, and she straight up off the old boy. Had he died and then she was still alive, I still don't think she would have been shook. It's the fact that both of these things happened out of her control, and then immediately finding out that she was pregnant with her whole pregnancy storyline and the whole knife symbolism that she has with her mom and everything. I feel like all of that really kind of fucked her up because the baby, to be honest.
I mean, I get it. Like, I get it.
She's weak.
This is the same rage that has you one woman army and get against a literal faction in Seattle.
Yeah, I tried.
That's the only, like, okay, but because if you want me to buy that Ellie's rage is powering her through a speedboat across the Puget Sound in a thunderstorm, this same rage just goes away when a lady who you don't give a fuck about is pregnant. I don't know. It's just, I have to buy her rage powering her through all these ridiculous things that the average person would be like, I'm done. Like, let's go home, bitch. Call it a day. Wrap it up. Like, okay, you want me to believe that Ellie's rage power her to let Jessie go. Like,
you're right, actually, because she even powered through having the option to turn around after finding out a whole girl was pregnant.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, I'll turn around if you want, but I also
and even when her and Jessie linked up, they split up because they were like, Tommy's over there. We got to go there to rally with him. And she was like, well, Abby's over there at the aquarium, so I'ma go to the person who saved you, who has a plan. It just makes it hard for me to buy that this rage just suddenly goes away because somebody's pregnant.
Yeah, honestly. And I think because I already knew it was coming, that I didn't like really process it for a second time because, you know, I just knew that she was going to kill this girl. So no, you're kind of right, because like out of all that shit that got you to this very moment,
right?
All of a sudden, like, yeah, she's pregnant, but this is
the ops.
The daughter of the daughter of the son or whatever. This person who just fucking destroyed the person that you love the most in this world.
Because also, girl, like,
because I definitely was like, girl, so fuck that baby.
Right. And also, what was the plan, girl? Point to where Abby is on the map, and I'm gonna let y'all live so y'all can walkie-talkie Abby and say, I'm coming.
And part of me thought she might have killed him anyway. I would love to actually see how that would have went.
But they made her reaction seem like she actually wasn't gonna kill them.
I think because
it felt like a mistake.
Maybe I need to watch that again, because I definitely feel like obviously she didn't plan in that moment to kill. He forced her hand because he was going to shoot her. Right?
Yeah.
So maybe.
But if he was going to kill him anyway, if Ellie was pissed, if she was pissed because she killed him before she got the information she wanted, I could have rocked with that. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I needed that information, but to just be like, oh shoot, it was, I don't know, it was just so
I'm trying here
to have her fumble. Like, okay, is that how the girl died in the game?
Yeah,
it ricocheted and killed her same way.
Yeah, she did not. She didn't actually mean to kill her in that moment, just like in the show. And
did she ask her to cut the baby out though?
Yeah,
because they said they added. Why they say they added that? In after the episode, it almost sounded like he added that. Here, cut the baby, like her giving her instructions. Like he made it sound like he kind of added it, like it wasn't.
I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, they did say they added
it. Kind of the way that I felt leaving that was that Mel. That's the girl name that was pregnant, right?
Child, yeah. No.
Anyway, Mel was one of the only in that group that probably felt the worst about what happened.
Yeah, because she didn't want it. She felt bad. She was the one that put Dina to sleep.
Yeah, so when she got killed, I remember that kind of same like kind of calmness about her. Mm-hmm. And I think the focus was the baby. So maybe there's like some part of that they added, I guess, for razzle dazzle. But the tone felt exactly the same to me.
Yeah. And let me know in the chat, do y'all feel like Ellie's depiction in the show, I don't know if you played the game, let me know if you played the game, but do you feel like her depiction in the show is believable? Because I think it all comes down to that. Everything we're talking about is, he said, Ellie, no. Is her depiction believable? Can she carry these situations she's in? And I'm sorry to jump ahead to that, but I laughed in that moment. Like, I think I laughed out loud because I was like, did she kill him by mistake? I laughed.
I mean, I wanted the dude to die from the moment he was talking to Ellie in the first episode of this season.
Yeah, I was cool with him. I still was cool with both of them dying, but sorry about that. We're gonna get more into Jessie in episode 7 and stuff like that. But I know before I jumped into being irritated about the meal thing that you were gonna say something about episode 6. Is there anything that you want to make sure we talk about before we continue dragging episode 7?
I mean, I guess not really. It was just it was nice seeing the addition to Joel's backstory as a kid. I think that's separate from the game.
Yeah.
They showed him and how he was protecting Tommy against his abusive dad. So pretty much shows his track record or his pattern of like, taking the choice. Yeah, like taking the protector role and kind of not leaving it up to anybody besides him to, decide how to move forward, I guess. Which is interesting.
I did like that circle around of like, I hope you make a better choice than me, and like her being at the cusp of being a dad, which I know she said it as a joke, but there are some writing choices that are making me, it's very cringe for me, just because it just feels like, why? I mean, but Joel is the only parent she had, and he's a dad, so that's cool. Yeah. She would probably fashion a lot of how she parents off him, and that makes sense to me. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I want to talk about. Episode 6. What's the old dude name? The lady husband, Eugene.
Oh, Eugene. Yeah, we got what happened with Eugene. Talk to me.
Cause this the Eugene y'all really pressed about. Y'all was so pressed about this. This is the person who y'all like. What? No, you talk about Eugene. I have no words. I'm trying to understand. Maybe my cold, dark heart was missing something when it came to Eugene. So maybe you can give me some insight into why we gave a fuck about Eugene being killed when he was big.
I think it was more so the fact that Ellie was like, no, bullshit. Didn't happen.
Because Ellie would have got smacked upside the back of the head. Because bitch, I wasn't talking to you, and you don't snitch on your daddy.
You don't snitch on your daddy.
You a little snitch.
I mean, but he really couldn't have said anything. He genuinely couldn't. He would have deaded their relationship like immediately once she found out the truth. If he would have really went in, you know what I mean? Like he has that veil of I really can't say shit to her about this, because if you ever do find out, it's game over for me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I mean, I understand his choices. Like, I do understand his choice to like tell it. Ellie doing it while the woman is standing there feel extra. I did like the storytelling of Ellie really was grappling. You could tell she had been grappling before that situation with Joel. Yeah. She knows he lied to her.
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to take that moment as Ellie was triggered by seeing Joel do the thing that she feels like he does to her, which is kind of glaze over, tell the story he believes he needs to tell, and keep it pushing. So I guess in that moment, I'm like, Ellie was triggered, obviously, by that whole thing. But I do feel like, yeah, Ellie was being cruel in the moment to the wife. She was triggered. But I just feel like it also, like, the wife, I don't know. It just felt like they was putting too much energy into this nigga. Like, you got bit. And we know in this same town that they were talking about taking him back to say goodbye to his wife. Earlier in the season, when they had fought all the what they call them people? The horde of the whatever. When they fought all of them, we saw the aftermath. Like, afterwards, if you got bit, they shot you. They killed you. You knew it was coming because you was like, I got bit. All right, close your eyes. I'm going to take you out. We saw Tommy doing that. So it's easy for me to believe this is their rule. This is what they would have done. This is like a code because, yeah, this is how we survive. We can't let our feelings take over and just let people come up in here bit, knowing they bit. We don't know, right? So it felt very realistic that there was no other answer but to kill him. Like, we can't take you back, bro. Like, even if we take you back, they're not going to let you in the gates. And I'm not going to lie to say that you not bitten. And I'm not going to put Ellie at risk and myself at risk dragging you back to the place. It felt very logical what Joel did.
Yeah.
Not just because of Joel, but because of the town as well. It felt very grounded. It's the same thing with him killing the doctor. Am I supposed to feel like Joel could have did something else? Like, how did you feel?
The softy part of me was like, there's ways to make this work with literal no conversation needed. I mean, I guess for communication's sake, yeah, we can strap this man up, put him in the front of the horse, not in the back. You know what I mean? Like, so you can't just like walk up and start chewing on horse ass or pulling me down. You put him in the front. He start acting up. Shoot him. Cool. You get to the town. Of course, we're not letting you in. Bring her ass to the gate. Say their goodbyes. Now we can kill him. Boop. Whatever. I think it's the issue of him promising her and telling her something that's going to take place, and then immediately going behind her back and doing the opposite. That's the issue. You know what I mean? Like, if he wouldn't have gave his word, maybe if he would have just been an asshole somehow, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know, just didn't promise her. That's the whole thing, is he just loves to make promises and swear on shit and don't have the meat to like really make it believable.
Because so I'm also not going to argue with your goofy ass in the middle of the forest about whether I'm about to kill this nigga or not. Listen to your heart, Ellie. What do you think I'm gonna do?
Listen
to your heart, girl. What you think I'm about to do? Cause that pause. Are you sure? Are you sure? Ellie, stop playing. Get on the goddamn horse, bitch. You knew I was gonna kill his ass.
But you gotta, with him knowing that he's still carrying this lie and probably just doubled over in grief and guilt for years. Obviously, he gonna let her get her way. So it's like, I just don't get telling her one thing and then doing another halfway through, knowing she already is on edge with you. Like, I wish Joel did it differently. That's all. Not saying
you wish you would have just said it straightforward.
Yeah, like, you're gonna have to hate me and then forgive me later. But maybe even that would have pushed pushed her to the inevitable answer. I'm gonna do this, and then you gonna just have to deal with it. Okay, I wonder what else he did that with.
Because was this? Oh no, this was before everything. So he didn't even know they was beefing at that point. I mean, I guess. I think he just saw it as, I'm a parent, I lie to protect you, whatever. I could see his viewpoint on it, but it just was crazy. And even if Ellie was upset about it, I'm cool with that. But the therapist still holding the grudge after all these years. Like, girl, shut up.
Well, no, I'm probably gonna hold a grudge too, bitch. Not you coming to me, lying to my face, letting me embrace you in this way.
First of all, I didn't tell you to come hug me.
But for her too, it's like those things are happening back to back. Like, you tell me this like some years later. I'm feeling, huh?
Oh yeah, when she found
No, I'm just talking about the scenario of her finding out. It was just her going through all them emotions at once.
Yeah, she didn't even have time to live with the lie. So also.
But for me, it's just like, nigga, you really just sat here and played me. And then the fact, like, what would have disgusted me, I'm just putting myself personally in her position. If I just like wrap my arms around the neck of the person that shot my spouse in the head and hearing how Ellie tells it, that he was fine, he had time to get here, like, he
which
just got bit or whatever.
Possibly a lie. Ellie doesn't.
Which possibly, but this is what she's presenting to me, and he's not arguing against it. So now I'm sitting here feeling,
and that's why I would have had to tussle with Ellie, because Ellie's, first of all, that's cool. First of all, Ellie wasn't there for the conversation, so you don't know if he was scared or not. 1, 2, you wasn't there when I actually shot him. You pulled up after, which maybe you could deduce I shot him from the distance. Blah blah blah. 3, you don't know if he had enough time. I would smack upside the head. First of all, get your lying ass out of here. You don't know if he had enough time. You don't know what the fuck he said to me. You don't know. You wasn't there, Ellie. You was going to get the horse. But he ate that. He let that little girl lie on him and that lady be mad at him. He ate it, which is cool, because ultimately he felt like he was wrong. Yeah, I shouldn't even lie to her. I brought this on myself. So I think he ate it in that moment because of that. He never went back to try to fix the lie, or, well, he actually said this. He never went back. I think he just ate it because he knew he lied, and he just like, I brought this on myself. And I think he also was willing to just eat that for Ellie's sake. So I mean, it's cool, but I was just like, girl, not you being mad because your husband got bit, girl. Like, these people don't act like it's an apocalypse, but it's cool. Whatever.
Can we act like that would have been? That's really what Joe should have said in the middle of all that. When the shit, he was like, "Can we act like we're in an apocalypse? Can we act like there's zombies roaming around and there's protocol procedure?"
The whole reason we're in this little town that's barricaded in the mountains. That whole thing. TV. The whole reason you the only therapist in town. All that stuff. He was about to be one of them.
That's probably what I'm gonna do. Like, when I really get serious about facing success right in the face, is when I do my my series of shows and movies that are strictly under the lens of what I would do.
Oh yeah.
And some movies are going to be 10 minutes long.
I think the only movie that there's only one movie you got to watch to understand me. It's The Fog. Okay.
The Fog. That's the one.
where all the aliens come down from the mountain and the
okay.
people in the grocery store, and they get out of the grocery store, and then he starts seeing all the monsters. And there's this one point where this giant monster walked past the car, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, we're out of here. We're out of here. Let's go ahead, close your eyes, pray. We're going to the Lord." That is literally me. Because what do you mean? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, the reason a lot of scary movies that I would be in would only be 10 minutes long is because you would get a little bit of my backstory. You would see me apparently get introduced to whatever demon or creature is supposed to be haunting me. And I think I'm just going to go into the bathroom and then the credits go roll. Y'all going to be mad.
The last question you'll see is, can Tylenol take me out, or it's going to take me 2 days? Maybe I need to drink some of this Fabuloso.
Won't know until we get there.
Maybe I need to put some little, chase it with some Fabuloso a little bit. to really make sure.
Yeah, Fabuloso really out here killing people. So
I really don't want to just throw up and be okay. I need to make sure it's gonna take me there. It's gonna be the last
my
scene.
Tongue off.
Yeah. Anything. So that whole Eugene situation. Once again, maybe I need to talk to my therapist about this, but I've lately been watching Last of Us specifically, and I'm just not feeling it. Like, I'm not seeing the ethical dilemmas that they try to make me feel like I should be in. I just don't be feeling them. Like, I don't feel them because it's the apocalypse.
But even still, they even did themselves a disservice from announcing that they're going to be expounding on a character like they're going to be expounding on the character of Eugene, because Eugene is simply like a post-it note in the game. Like, he's a letter that you read, and that's it. But it was the same with the gay couple from last season. They decided to expound on some characters
and that was beautiful.
But like, that was a whole episode of beautiful storytelling.
It was so
amazing
beautiful.
Character development within an hour. You made me care and feel so emotional over these characters. And then Eugene, y'all bumped into this man in the woods and shot him. So like, it's like
sorry,
the idea the idea of y'all expounding on this character with the way that y'all did previously. How else am I supposed to feel?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get this beautiful like love story with them, or see all of the last time he saw her, or kind of play it like
we should have got a lot of. And what's her name?
Because we only got
the psychologist. What's her name?
I don't know her name.
That is a phenomenal actress. Why are y'all wasting her talent?
First of all, you only gave us 7 episodes. You could have gave us a little bit more of Eugene and his wife. Get me to understand why this was so big for her. Like, give me them at the house not really talking too much the last time he saw her. Give me the quiet, we beefing, oh, I'm going on patrol. Give me a little bit of that so I can be emotionally invested into Eugene. Because like you said, child, you can put this little man in the forest, honey. What else is there to say? He said, I got bit. Oh, okay, it's the wrap.
Because I did. Oh, this is Eugene. Oh, this is what shit about to go down. That was me in the moment. And by the time the episode ended, I was like,
so that's it?
Like, turn.
So we still beefing 5 years later about this? Because you really act like this man was not going to turn. Like, he was big. You shot my husband. Somebody was going to shoot your husband because he was about to turn. So what other way was he about to be killed?
I didn't even think it was going to be a zombie bit me.
That's what I'm saying. Situation. I was so disappointed.
I thought it was going to be like
he found out
was
like about Ellie.
Like maybe he found out about Ellie through smoking, because I think he was selling weed or something like that. So maybe
or he was on patrol with them and she got bit, and like they told him like he was gonna kill Ellie or something, and so they were like, she's immune, and Joel killed him in reaction to him not believing them or something. I thought it was gonna be something like that.
Now I still would have felt away. I really truly would have, if they just came up with some outlandish reason to make Joel just brutally kill this man with no real reason. Excuse me. I would have felt away, but I still would have enjoyed the TV. I would have enjoyed the good TV of it all.
I think they should have did something that like
a hard turn.
Yeah, because the whole idea was Ellie figuring out Joel, like what he did through how he behaves. So you definitely could have made that make sense. You could have definitely made it to. We know that one thing that's gonna trigger Joel is he think you trying to kill Ellie.
Yeah.
Y'all could have made Eugene not be bitten and saw Ellie get bit, and then just thought he was gonna have to kill her.
Oh yeah, and like
and then
Joel being like she's
just went,
immune. He don't believe,
and he don't believe it, and Joel just going crazy on him like he always do.
That would have foreshadowed.
And then Ellie would have been like, and that would have foreshadowed Ellie being like, "This is what you do to me. Like this is the same way you lie to me about it. So is this what you did to the Fireflies?" Like her putting it together in that way, like the way you weren't even you when you killed him. You just killed him, and now you in her face lying. That would have ate for me. That would have ate for me.
That would have been some good writing. That would have had me on it.
Yeah. That would have made more sense for her to be mad because he wasn't turned.
Yeah, I was just calling you that you know.
But him being turned, I said.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think at the end of the day, I did enjoy episode 6 just because it gave me a little bit more. It gave more. We've been talking about believability this whole time. It gave more believability to Ellie's attitude towards Joel. I think seeing that progression of her slowly becoming less and less trusting of what he said was needed, because that did feel a little jarring too. Girl, calm down. What the fuck is you cussing this man out because he protecting you for? Like, I know you upset subconsciously that you don't have proof that he lied, but this is a wild way to treat somebody if you're not going to address the issue. You know what I mean? Like, call it out if this is how you're going to behave.
I did appreciate seeing the other side of the same situations we entered into season 1 with. So I did like that. That was very cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. What is this? Oh, I'm looking at episode 6 now, and this is the Eugene stuff coming up. But I think that's pretty much all I really would have wanted to talk about with episode.
Yeah, I was really let down with the whole Eugene thing. I thought it was gonna be like tea, and them making him had gotten bit. It just felt very. I would have preferred to find out that Joel lied about him getting bit to cover up that he just killed him because Ellie got bit.
Okay, I see.
Like I would have preferred that so much more.
I would have too. And I guess I will also say, because I spoke about this when we was on the phone, but I'm glad that this episode did not go the direction I thought it was going to go. And I thought it was making some weird ass left turn, making Joel homophobic because of his reaction to her and Dina. Well, actually, I think she was getting busy before.
Yeah, I think it was when he found her with the chick getting a tattoo in the room.
Right.
I think he was. That's not about a couple of things in the moment.
Yeah,
not just that.
Yeah, not just that, but I'm sensitive, bitch. My ears perk up. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Is this?
Hold on, not too much. Not too much on my girl, Joe. Like not too much on my girl. Yeah. Chill out.
I mean,
but he reeled it in.
And then we got the astronaut episode. I mean, the moment, which was really great. But outside of that, we move on to episode 7, where it's just back to back.
I just want to laugh at this. He said they could at least made him in a survivable situation. He threw Eugene at a horde to save him. Could you imagine him throwing Eugene in the horde? That's crazy.
That'd have been wild.
That would have been wild. But yes, let's move on.
Listen, I would have loved to see it. So let's see. I mean, I don't know. Do we need to go like scene by scene with episode 7? Right. I mean, the big things happened was Jesse, unfortunately, came running out that building trying to be the number one in the front. That should have been Ellie. I'm sorry.
I was pretty mad about Jesse because Jesse said he wasn't gonna die too many times in the episode. I said, "Oh, okay, for real." I kind of knew.
What did it like? How bad did it catch you off guard? Like,
it didn't, because I knew he was gonna die because he had said it like 3 times that he wasn't gonna die today. I said, "Oh, you dying today?"
And it's pretty much the end of the episode too. So
it was quick though. I was shocked at how like it was not a thing. Like it wasn't. I thought it was gonna be an argument. No, please let him live. Something like that. And they was just like, nah, boo boo. He just ran out the door and got taken down, which was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah.
That's exactly how it happened in the game too, and that got me a little bit. The first time it happened,
because I feel like Jesse was behaving like a dad. Like that's how dad is we got to get out of the city. You got me up here with these people, honey. I got a baby to get. Like, we got to make it out of here, girl. What are you talking about, Abby? Like, I don't care nothing about what you're talking about. This is what needs to happen now.
Jesse was the most rational person in this show, I want to say. He was the most rational person in this show. And the fact that he voted no for the thing, I was kind of like, you kind of ate.
He ate with that one. So wait, how did he say he ended up there again?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like going to Seattle with Tommy? Was it just because Tommy wanted him to come, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think he said he was kind of leaving it up in the air, like maybe I didn't want to come. You know, when Tommy, I guess it was Tommy's idea to go get them, and he presented it to Jesse. I don't know if I believe it all the way. A part of me, just because Dina's out here, of course you're gonna come. Even if maybe if it was just Ellie, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, I feel like it was more for Dina because he said he still loved her, but he also said not in that way. He said he had fell in love with somebody else, so maybe not for Dina.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
You don't believe that story? He said he had a week.
I don't believe that.
Why you don't believe it?
It's just like the way y'all, even while they were there arguing pretty much about which one is going to be the most, protective of her. Like when they were in the woods. After that, I'm just like, nah.
I also hated that. Did they do that in the game? Did they argue in the game?
Yeah.
I hated that.
But I think just because he's so level-headed for the most part, I think he just knew this is not the place where we're about to sit here and argue about who is going to take the girl home. We got to get home.
Yeah, let's get home first.
So there's no reason for to put it to fan any flames of some petty ass. I got her, I'm the protector. Especially when I'm arguing with this girl who obviously can't protect herself. Like you would.
That's why I felt Jesse on such a deep level this whole episode. Because I was like, Ellie, stop playing in this man's face. He literally just saved y'all. And you don't sound like you understand how inept you are, incompetent you are still.
Even that's the thing. Like you just barely escaped with your life, bitch. Just escaped. The one person that made it possible now has your backup. At this, well, you don't even know where they're at, but you just decided to haul ass on to the next objective. So it's just like, there's no part of you as a person that leads me to believe you're capable of doing anything with sound logic. So I'm not about to sit here and egg you on, get you hyped up, get you into some emotional argument over ownership. No, I don't see Jesse doing that.
He said again, Zombie 90210 scene.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Jesse. I once again I said that I would have liked to see them as a trio. I think the bouncing off of his being super logical, Dina being a good strategist, and Ellie being Ellie. I think that would have played off well together. I did. Once again, when Jessie was on screen with Ellie, even though she was more intolerable to me with her counterpoints to his arguments, I still enjoyed that more than her and Dina. Something about her and Dina just don't carry it for me.
Yeah, it did in the game. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely was a fan of that relationship after I got settled into it. I think the game version of Dina is way more successful than the show version of Dina.
So what's the difference? Can you tell me? Do you know what would you generally say the difference is between game Dina and show Dina?
Let's see. Because honestly, I said that based on a feeling. Let me actually break it down in my head. I think, honestly, I really don't like to just boil it down to looks. But let me pull up what Dina looks like in this show, because she had this kind of homely spirit about her.
Not homely.
So I think majority of the time her hair was up in this bun, I guess. And she was also, she felt a little older. And she had the same type of methodical process as this Dina does, but I just didn't get that whole. I think this Dina is very much matching her energy when it comes to the whole chaotic nature of Ellie as a character.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that Dina in the game gave into it as much as the show Dina does.
Yeah.
So it just lends both of those characters in the game to feel more equipped for this, more believable,
like grounded in the stakes. Like they feel
Ellie,
more like they know what's at stake versus the show.
Yeah, Ellie definitely reflects more of her personality onto Dina, I think, in the show than she does in the game.
Yeah, I feel like most of episode 7, Dina was just like staring at them very like pensively, and I wasn't really sure why. She kind of was just like looking at them like the whole episode. And I was just like, what's going on there? Why is she just looking at Jesse that way? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Why is she so quiet and like stoic, and maybe she's in pain. I don't know, but it's very...
Oh, and you a nurse. Let me ask you this. I sat there, I rolled my eyes so hard when he was pouring this alcohol on her arrow to push it through and offered it to her, and she was just like, I said no. He was like, just drink it. Just it'll help you. No, you don't understand. And I'm like, bitch, it's a shot.
Yeah, she could have.
Is she gonna miscarriage over this one little shot?
I think it's just you're not supposed to drink when you have a baby. But girl, it's the apocalypse. Girl, probably shouldn't be having no baby. I'm gonna keep on saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it's the apocalypse to everything.
Yeah, why are we having a baby in the apocalypse?
You're having a baby in the apocalypse. Why this is kept? Like, what's the worst? I mean, that little shot though, this early on, probably wouldn't have done anything. But you know, I can see a woman doing that because most women are abundantly cautious, you know, when they're pregnant. So I can see.
And I guess there's so much that could go wrong in a.
But once again, you're not abundantly cautious enough not to bring your ass on a trip to Seattle.
Right. Right.
So
you willing to risk both of your lives in a very potential gruesome way? You're willing to get strung up.
Yeah.
And have somebody meet knife point to your baby's forehead.
Right.
And cut them as well. But you don't want to take a shot of alcohol because of a birth defect.
It's like Ellie's rage powering her across the sound. And then like which I'm gonna tell you, episode 7, first of all, I had a moment where I was like, bro, why is it storming so bad in downtown Seattle? What kind of thunderstorm what they got going on? What kind of climate change? What kind of climate change apocalypse?
You got lived experience.
I was like, why is the storming so bad? Then at one point I said, why the waves so big?
Oh yeah, because she was. I forgot about that. She was on that boat, that big ass tsunami of a
like
wave came.
It's like a bay, but it's also like not far out. Because you want me to leave? She left the aquarium, or she was going to the aquarium? I feel like she left the aquarium, right?
But also, they're not. It's not like this is like 2072, where like there's so much like ice caps have melted. This
is. I was like, what kind of climate change?
The same.
Was she going to the aquarium, or was she at the aquarium at the dock, right?
She was on the boat going towards the
because she said they was meeting at the aquarium, so she was headed towards the aquarium.
She was going to the aquarium. Yeah, that's what she was meeting Mel and them, right?
So Mel and them was at the aquarium?
That's what she met them at. Like that's what she was pinpointing them to that's where the shot.
So Mel and them was at the aquarium.
I believe so.
Girl, I'm trying to figure out what this wave. Where are you, girl? Where are you? Don't make me pull up a map.
No, there should not. I mean, are people out here surfing like that in Seattle? That's what I'm asking. Like, where did this shit come from?
Look, let me see. I'm gonna pull out Seattle on Google Maps so we can figure out. Because I had to let it go during the show. Because I said, "Now y'all gonna have me out here."
I actually hate the more we talk about this, the more I just
now,
lose.
To be fair, I'm gonna show you all. To be fair, it is on the Pacific side of the city, but there's a lot of like barrier islands between downtown and like where the aquarium is. So, and see, this is me. It's not me turning to an oceanographer. Look, the show's so ridiculous at this point. So this is where the aquarium is. So I don't know if there's two possibilities. I don't know what water she was crossing. I don't know if she was,
I feel like
she was.
No, or was she over here and she had to go across the Medina?
You see where Cary Park is? Where Cary Park and Magnolia Park is?
Yeah. Was she up there?
She's somewhere around here, because when she was looking off, you could see the Ferris wheel in the background in the distance. So she was
where she was going.
Yeah, like you could see it across the opposite direction from where she initiated, where she started.
She left from the Ferris wheel.
She's going from like Magnolia Park over to the aquarium, but just
or
not
at least
by
this
land.
pier right here.
She's not going, because keep in mind there was a talk over the radio that
and I think she heard somebody say wheel and whale.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the pier.
So
that's where she's going, not where she's coming from.
Right.
So she's definitely somewhere on the other end. And if you look at how she was traveling, she was going adjacent, parallel to the coast. Like she was just trying to get a quicker
she basically went
there.
from like the Space Needle, because the Ferris wheel kind of over here by the Space Needle. This is the Space Needle. The Ferris wheel not too far. So she basically went from here to here. Girl, first of all, why you get on the boat? Second of all, so maybe she got on at Pier 66. Let's just pretend she got on, because you see Ferris wheel, that little pink blotch. I don't know if you see it. That's the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
she over here, and you went.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because she didn't want to go by land, so she got on there and she sped over to the aquarium
and had to deal with that 70,000 foot wave.
Because where are you? You would have had to be. No, I did this because y'all gonna have my autism day. And now the reason that this is stupid, because let me show you where she is. I'm gonna scroll out. Okay. In the grand scheme of things,
this is so ridiculous. This is but
let me just show you how she not in the ocean, baby.
Right.
She's in the Puget Sound. So I was like, thunderstorms, tsunami waves along the coast by the Ferris wheel. I'm sorry. Yeah. Now y'all get to know that little information y'all didn't need today.
This
made
is
that
so
a segment. This is so Ellie. Okay.
I really hate this because I know Pedro Pascal is online and I know he sees things. And I know he's just not appreciative of how we dragging the show.
We're not dragging him. We're dragging that Ellie.
I know, but
surfing tidal
Pedro
waves
is a sweet cinnamon roll that loves his friends and castmates. And I know
this isn't an attack on Bella. I don't think this is Bella's fault. I don't know if this.
I've been asking why Bella is still on the show, so I know he probably is a little irritated with me.
But I don't. You know what? I don't know if it's, to me. I will say part of it is not her fault because she just has a very round cherubim face.
Yeah.
Part of it, the believability is partially just that. And that's unfortunate. Like, I think if you're an actor, it is unfortunate to know you get typecasted or you're limited by your face, something you can't change. Like,
absolutely.
I could see why she would fight to keep the role and want to push it, because it's like, I am the same age. I'm a little older than this character. Actually, are you telling me that my face is, you're going to recast me because my face is just not the face you want? I could see her fighting that.
We have had 40-year-olds play high schoolers for 20 years.
That is true. I don't think we really know how white people really look at their actual appropriate ages, because most high schoolers in most movies are like 25.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
because she's 21.
There's power in optics, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm saying you're a bad actress. I'm just saying that for this specific role, what it's calling for, I don't think you are able to deliver it with what you have available to us at this moment. And I don't think that's a shot. I don't think
it's not
a disservice to you. I think it's just for the sake of the program, and we all want it to be amazing. Maybe let's do another. And hey, you saw the way they bent hell, went swimming through the lakes of the fires of hell just to get this girl to play Abby, because this showrunner wanted to work with her. Yeah, they can do the same for you, baby. There's a show.
I mean, they've moved a lot to work with her because I think they just wanted to work with her. But she got a period piece face down. Like period piece face. She got that Mona Lisa face.
Yeah.
Period.
Put her in a Bridgerton.
She got a period, right? She has a perfect face for like, she looks like one of those old paintings of like Spaniard women or something like that. She has a very like, she can eat down over there, and I think that's why she did so well in Game of Thrones, even as a little girl. I just think she has a very like specific face, and it's just not working for this for me. So I don't think that's a question. If they had recast her, would they have reworked her dialogue and behaviors? I think so, because I think the actors bring their energy to a character to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? You think?
Yeah, I think there's no character out here. Let me rephrase that, because I feel like if there are actors and actresses with legit talent, and once they're given a character, you could give Denzel Washington, you could give Tom Cruise, and you can give Owen Wilson the same exact character and watch it be played 3 different ways. You know what I mean?
Like, but then to some degree,
gonna play it the same way.
And everybody's not a mythic actor where they get completely lost in the role and transform for the role. Like, I think that's why they call mythic actors mythic actors, because that's not, most actors are going to bring themselves to the role. Like you're saying, they're going to play it a little different, but they're going to be themselves. Like Denzel going to be, did you watch Gladiator 2?
No, I haven't.
Because Denzel's going to be Denzel no matter what he is. Because I really was like, who was playing and put Denzel in this Roman movie? Because y'all know he wasn't finna do it.
Yeah.
But he ate down though. I enjoyed watching him on screen because I love Denzel. But it was like, let's be for real. This is Denzel in Rome. Like, this is it.
Denzel in Rome.
This is not. He did not transform for this role at all. Like, he just was like.
I like his last comment, because that's kind of like, no, I don't think her teenage snarky and moodiness would like really just translate 1-to-1 over with another actress doing it. I feel like there could be elements of that, especially if it's in the game, but it's just like the way it comes off. I just feel like it okay, that's what it is. It's the vessel to which the information is being presented. It matters. It
does matter.
It matters. I'm not saying that's the only thing, and I don't want my whole critique of this character in the show to be minimalized just because she looks a certain way, but I definitely think it carries weight. So
it does.
Small adjustments could make something feel better, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, that was good, but there were so many things. I struggled through the season finale. I actually didn't realize it was season finale while I was watching it until like after. And
I didn't either. I forgot.
I was like, this is season finale. I just the emotional moments just did not land on me, and just like that whole, I think from the time when Jesse and Tommy were trying to rally and they left the little opera house or whatever with all their lights in their makeup room, it was very cute. That whole conversation he had, like, bitch, I'm not gonna die today, whatever. But when they got to the place when they were looking and she was like, I'm about to go after Abby, I mean, from that point on, the episode it lost me. It just never got me back after that. And then when I seen her get on this motorboat across this sea by herself, through them tidal waves in the rain,
open ocean waves.
How did your boat not get full of water anyway? Because it was raining hard as fuck. Like, I
genuinely hate when people capsize and just wash up on shore the next clip. I hate that so much.
Because where did she end up? Where did she even end up?
Right next to the boat on shore. Like, just it's like y'all just floated parallel next to each other until you got to the
and then that's shore. Still even stupid because she ended up at a forest or something. I guess she was by the aquarium, no, right? Because she found her way.
Yeah, and like then they got immediately caught by the little girl.
And then they was just like, oh, it's too bad. It would be a shame that we hang her because we have to go back to the village. But it's like, but it's a hanging, like you could have just hoisted her up.
Oh my God. And then she got caught again. You're facing death again. You're about to get slit from your throat to your ass again. And you get away. And then you learn nothing. And this just backs up what you said about the irritation of her reaction to killing that girl, is because you fought through all of this
Right.
Your life was on the line many a times, and you decided to fight through it because you hated these people so bad
and not turn back.
Yeah, see, I am fully on your side now with that frustration
because you want me to believe that rage, but then she really sitting over here crying because the lady told me I cut the baby out.
Yeah, so you take the emotion you've worked to build up, you've worked to establish within the show, and then you immediately counteract it. Yeah, you got me.
Because it felt like the Nora energy was it. Like I was like,
yes, that should be the same energy for every single person in that group. Because Nora didn't jump in no more than Mel or what's his name,
right?
Did. But
Mel actually was more in him, right? And he spared your life, like he said. I'm the reason she didn't kill your ass.
Yeah.
So really, at the end of the day, why you got so much smoke for me? So how did it end? She killed them. She was crying. Oh, they came and got her. I think Tommy and Jesse found her.
Yeah, I think they're headed
because
back
they
now.
Probably walked because you didn't even need a boat for that. Because it's literally.
I could wait. Because they did.
Because bitch, I've literally made that walk in real life. Stop playing with me. I've literally walked from the aquarium to the fucking Ferris wheel. Don't play with me because you could have walked that. True. You could have walked that.
And that's the thing too. My immediate, I did not question it because in my brain, she just wanted to find a different way to traverse. But you have more coverage. You're out in the open on a boat, not hidden whatsoever.
Because you're Tommy and Jesse basically get in there like 5 minutes after you.
Yeah.
Because where was Tommy? I mean, because he was saying Tommy was sniping from, I'm assuming, the lake or something. Or he kind of that direction. It seemed like Tommy was, because he was by some water too. I said, well, ain't Tommy by the water? She's talking about aquarium. Why can't we get Tommy on the way? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Why can't we get Tommy?
That's the thing, these nuts, because it DEI.
Yeah, that's Rashawn. Rashawn always got crazy names.
No. It couldn't have been like completely surrounded because she got to land and then got strung up.
Yeah,
so
she did.
Like she made it to the rest of the way on foot. So it couldn't have been completely surrounded by water.
No, the aquarium's not on the island.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in that same area, kind of by the Pike Place and stuff. I mean, it's all in the same general area. So, but obviously, if Tommy and Jesse got there not too long after her, clearly, yeah. In the show, I don't know where she hid in the show. This is a new Seattle. This Seattle in Into the Spider-Verse, where the aquarium is on the island, and But once again, it's still annoying because when you show the shot of the city, you generally follow the basic layout. You can see the lake and you can see all the stuff. So I'm like, okay, it's laid out the same on the show. This is stupid. We didn't need that whole boat capsizing scene. Like, you could have just made her just walk it out and then just get caught and pulled in the forest. I just don't understand the point of the boat. Right. She felt like they was on an oil rig. Right. It was too much. Because even if she hadn't had that whole boat scene, like, to me, I feel like as a human, maybe because I'm black, I have an aversion to water and bodies of water. So maybe my blackness is coming into play here.
I would never.
So maybe I'm projecting onto how much hype and anger you got to have to get on a motorboat in a storm to go kill somebody. Like, maybe my blackness is blinding me to how this is maybe not a big deal to her.
Yeah, I wouldn't be in a boat. I wouldn't be in a raft. I wouldn't be in a canoe.
If she was across the water, I'd be like, I'll get her when she come back.
Girl, I would have been back at home in my bed after giving my report of finding those 5 people strung up and gutted. I would have been back at home by now.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, hey, sorry I left. This is what I found out. It's reconnaissance. Don't be too mad. Y'all can suspend me from patrol. I'm going to bed. I had a
whole motorboat across the body of water just felt like, as a viewer, I thought that they wanted me to understand how determined Ellie was to do this thing. Like,
they was doing it. They was doing it.
Right.
Until they put the water on the fire with that whole reaction.
Yeah. I
was fighting it, but you were right.
Yeah. So that's why I wish they would have just left it out. Like, just leave it out. And she could have went through all those trials of, like, the people catching her, and if she cut through the woods, the people catching her, almost getting killed. She could have did all that without the whole powering through the scene. It just felt so, I don't know. It's something about it just felt so forced. Now, was that in the game?
What?
Her crossing the water with the boat. Do you remember?
It feels like it. There's at least 2 scenes that stick out to me with boats. I just can't remember if they were this specific one.
Okay. Because now I gotta ask why the WLFs have Navy and then roll up with trucks. Why they come with 10 boats? I don't know why they using boats.
I remember that scene. Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is just a way to move. If they moving a lot of people or they're moving a lot of stuff, I mean, it would make sense if you have boats that can handle it. If you have it, it would make sense, especially if they're crossing from that park area that's across from the Ferris wheel. Like it's literally across. That's quicker to, especially when you're talking about dealing with hordes and like, okay, we got to move a bunch of people. It makes sense for them to use boats to cross there instead of cutting around the city. Like it can make sense, but
and it just reinforces the might of this encampment. Further reason for you to turn around.
Right, they got a naval base thing. They too much. So yeah, it's just So final question: are you gonna watch season 3?
I am. I'm just not going to be looking forward to it. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, mouth-watering. What's taking so long? Like, when I found out, what was it? Was it this show? It was Last of Us, where they announced it was coming out and they gave us like a good month and some change of a warning.
Yeah. They gave us some
exciting. Yeah, because it was like, oh, it's right around the corner.
The next one
out of nowhere. If they do that again, it's going to be like, okay, hey, Bree, such and such coming out.
What else is on? What are we gonna be talking about first? Because 7 episodes is crazy.
They have heavy lifting to do to make me really feel how I felt about season 1.
Well, Pedro's gone.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're gonna.
And a lot of times with a lot of shows, like I gotta go back and watch The Mandalorian. So I would rather just do that. I'm just gonna go watch The Mandalorian, and he's in Fantastic Four now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because I heard he don't take his helmet off in Mandalorian. So they don't.
Yes, he do. That's how we know it's him. He took his helmet off.
Like for a scene.
He takes it off quite a few times in the show.
No. That was telling me.
But they're like Mandalorian. But even before, but that's the thing about it. I think he really blew up off that role because we loved the Mandalorian was eaten down before we even knew it was Pedro Pascal under the mask.
Oh, y'all didn't know it was him?
We didn't know it was him. You gotta think he was like really nowhere, like crazy. Like he wasn't really to this level. The Mandalorian like really catapulted him. I mean, if you was a Game of Thrones girls, you was on it. I was like, oh, it's him, And he's been in stuff. It's not like he hadn't been in anything, but the Mandalorian is what really boosted him and probably got him casted as Joel on the show.
Okay.
Because he's basically doing it. Then he has this child who he has to take across the galaxy to this other place, delivering them the child is what their name was for like 2 seasons. And he's literally protecting this child and taking it across to some people who is supposed to be delivered to, and just like and they get a relationship. And Baby Yoda is Ellie, like literally. That's why he got casted. Ellie. Literally, that's why he got casted as Joel, because I feel like Joel is the same person.
You want somebody to usher a child across state lines?
This is your guy.
Pascal to do it.
Because the way they ate down with him and just this little animatronic or whatever, and the way that show had me in the chokehold, so good. And that's before I even knew it was him. I didn't even know it was him. And then the face reveal was just great. Now I haven't watched season 3, which I don't know why, but I'm gonna watch it. Fantastic Four will be out. That's his other project that he's going to be in now. So we're not going to be missing Pedro Pascal on our screen.
And if we are, I have now unlocked every private Pedro Pascal fan account.
Right.
I am subscribed. I get my daily dose. I
just enjoy it. He's got a film coming out with that's why he was at the Cannes Film Festival or whatever. He has a film coming out with what's Steve Rogers' real name? Chris Evans and
I did see a promo for that.
Yeah, they have a movie coming out. So they have a Frankenstein trailer with Oscar Isaac. I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna watch it. You put them 2 in the show. My Star Wars people, look, y'all ain't got to worry about me. I'm gonna watch it. That's how I became a Manny fan from the Acolyte. So if it's Star Wars people, I'm gonna follow them.
I do like Oscar Isaac. I had to look him up real quick.
The only other thing that I'm gonna mention before we close out is that I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true that they doing 10 seasons of Interview with the Vampire. That's something I heard. I don't think that's true.
That is wild.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I have to.
I can't see that.
I have to see that. I have to see like an official announcement of that.
Yeah, I need to see why we would need that many seasons.
I would have to see why all of a sudden this show would. I mean, I know why personally, but the way that the way the show gets overlooked, like, what would you have to like? What show gets announced that many seasons? No.
I think you hear a lot of directors say how many seasons they would like to tell their story.
Right.
And I would think it probably would be nothing more than that. Like, if I had it my way, I would love 10 seasons to just flesh out everybody to my heart's desire. I feel like it probably was something like that, and people just
under that context. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but
maybe even him saying like, I could see it going to just blanket statement 10 seasons, but that's not you telling me how many we gonna get, baby.
Yeah. When we gonna get this season? How about that? Y'all need to
let's really speak on what matters, bitch. I feel like every show is just
it's starting to be a year and a half.
Just like every show is just tying me over till we get to
and not even really the only show that's really lived up. I would say the only two out of all the shows we talked about and been thinking about, because House of Dragon was a letdown. Like, I feel like To Be Hero X, which I had no going in with nothing, has lived up to the hype I feel like I had when I started it. And what else? There was one other show. No, just and Devil's Plan.
And Devil's Plan, yeah.
But Love Island is starting soon. So, but I don't know if it's gonna live up to last season. I just don't think it will.
I don't get excited for Love Island no more.
No.
I don't get excited for Love Island or like Blind. What is it called?
Just like it's gonna be
Love is Blind.
Yeah,
I don't get excited for those because I just know there is gonna be a part that's gonna like create such anger within my soul, and it's gonna be because niggas is treating these girls wrong.
Yeah, no, they're just not doing TV right anymore, because the only show that has never done me wrong from day one to the end is Outlander. She's that girl. She will forever be that girl. She's never disappointed me. Never. And probably never will.
Have you seen Wheel of Time?
I started it and I did not finish season 1, even though Rashawn said, but I heard it's canceled anyway, so now I'm not gonna watch it.
Is it?
Yeah, I heard it got canceled.
Because Adrian is obsessed, and I like if he loves something the way he covers it, like if he spends his time covering a show,
it got canceled. Don't even start.
Sucks. How many seasons did it go?
Did it go 2 or 3?
2. Some down episodes.
I just think it didn't get a hype. It came out with a lot of stuff, like Lord of the Rings show was out. I feel like it just got caught up in all of we had a big fantasy show dump. We had House of Dragons. We had that. It was just so many fantasy shows going on with just kind of the same energy that I just think it got like overlooked.
Damn.
The 3 seasons though.
I saw some really good, like what looked like effects from that show.
Yeah.
And it got me interested.
I don't think it was bad. I don't really know why I dropped it.
I might still watch it and just brace myself that it's gonna end.
It might have books though. I think is it based off books? Outlander is on season 7. I think they have one more season before the show is completely done.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're wrapping it up, the final season, complete story. I think they have one more to go, but yeah.
But that'll be good. Then I'll get into Outlander and then have a cornucopia of episodes to watch.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything else that's coming out. Love Island is usually a summer show that I watch, but I don't think there's anything that's on the horizon. So as far as what we'll be talking about after, whatever random shows come out, I just thought maybe we do random content and try to find something to do. Some tier list, vampire tier lists might be fun, like that. Guess the quote, who said what. or have ChatGPT formulate some quotes and say who would say those things.
Yeah, we can have a whole ChatGPT series.
We're just gonna do some ChatGPT series. Yeah, that might be fun. So we might be doing that for a run because these shows have been something else. And Talamasca, I think, comes out in September.
And I'm down to be very optimistic about it. I'm down to.
Why you say that so loud? That means you're not.
Because I wanted to catch you while you was leaning. I wanted my words to pick your head up.
Well, I do have plans to hate watch Mayfair Witches season 2 on Twitch this week. My stepdaughter comes to town next week, and so we're chilling heavy in the house until then. So I've been playing House Flipper on Xbox. It got me by the balls, but I've been playing that, and I'm just like, well, I might just hate watch Mayfair Witches, while I got some time on my hands, so just to power through it and hate it. So I'm gonna get some wine and just struggle through. So you may see some content popping out from that. Talamasca, October 2025. Yeah, I just can't. I just can't bring myself to be hype about it. So
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna not hate watch season 2 of what's it called?
Mayfair Witches.
Disappointments. I'm not gonna watch that just so I can have enough in my tank to give Talamasca everything I got. So I just love Talamasca and find out that it's like you have to see these 2-3 episodes of Mayfair Witches to get it, then maybe I will go back and watch. But it's gonna be solely dependent on Talamasca making me.
I'm not hyped. I don't even know what the cast is for Have they announced the cast?
I don't know. Part of me want to be pleasantly surprised. I hope it's a bunch of no names. Genuinely, the only people I want to recognize is
okay.
Sam
I see
Reed.
One man who I recognize, but I don't know what he be in. But I be seeing him everywhere. It's an old man.
Who is he playing? Does he have who he's playing?
I don't know who none of these, because this is a completely original story, right?
Oh, that's right. I guess.
Isn't it?
Right.
Isn't it?
I mean, it got to have some tie-ins from the other books that uses as an anchor, Right.
I'm not allowing ads. Get out of here. Just 1 second before we close. Let me see. Okay, here. I'll show you this picture because it has pictures of the people on here real quick.
Please.
No, just whatever you finna please.
Just one attractive person.
There you go. He got the name.
That's all that it was missing for me. Because it's like, if this sucks, I just need something.
Don't let me start roasting Lash your hairline again.
But I'm saying, and I keep in mind, I don't just need an attractive person in the show, a conventionally attractive person in the show. But if it's good, I don't. But if you got a shitty show, you got to give me something. Make it easy.
Okay, so we got this man. He be in stuff.
I know him.
I don't know who. Yeah,
I know him too. He's been in a lot, and I probably seen him in a lot, but I can't.
Yeah, he's been in a lot, but I can't pull exactly who he was. Then this lady, this person and this lady. Okay, we got her.
Oh, she look cool.
Yeah.
Olive.
I guess this is the guy, the Nicholas guy from another angle.
Why is he giving, is he supposed to be the main character?
I think so.
It's given that just from them 2 pictures.
Yeah, I think he's giving the main character probably. You have this lady.
So. Okay, plucky guy. So she's doing a little aerosol flamethrower. Because that's the thing. Talamasca's supposed to be handling witches, werewolves, all those supernatural. So this has the stuff to be very interesting. I would be very shocked if they drop the ball, because you could just go anywhere with this. So
are you and speaking of, before that, are you gonna watch the Buffy reboot?
I don't want to because leave it alone. Who asked for a Charm reboot? Who asked for a Buffy reboot? Just
you want to see who the new Buffy is?
I kind of don't.
I'm gonna ruin it for you. I like to torture you.
Is it good? Or no?
I don't know. There you go.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah.
I could see her as a Buffy.
Yeah, they said Sarah Michelle Gellar is gonna be in the reboot too.
Oh, okay. Shut me up.
She's on.
Shut me up.
She's on the.
Is she a reoccurring character?
I don't know. They said she signed on to do it, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Shut me up. Now, if we can get Buffy,
it might be cute.
Sarah Michelle Gellar up in there. If we can get now, what will really sell me is if my girl Willow is back in the game. Oh, I will watch solely off the strength of that alone.
I don't know when it's coming out though.
This could be boo boo, but if you put Willow in that show,
he said this could be boo boo.
I will tune in. So
yeah, I think they have a list. So yeah, look into it. I wasn't really a Buffy person, but I'm willing to watch it.
Big time Buffy fan. I've seen that series a few times.
Crash and Armageddon. See, I feel like he's been in a lot of stuff. He said they're gonna fumble. Get your. He said they're gonna fumble
era television. I don't doubt it.
Shows are taking longer to come out, and when they come out, they're list episodes, and they're just not giving what they're supposed to give with a lot. So, I guess we'll just be clinched up until Interview with the Vampire.
Wednesday season 2 will be released. Netflix. Okay. I thoroughly did enjoy.
We did enjoy Wednesday. So, but the fact that they got a part 1 and a part 2 coming out,
we'll see what it's giving.
We'll see what it's giving. So, we'll see. We'll talk about the shows we feel compelled or if they are requested. But I'm not gonna hold you if we pick up.
What I won't be watching though. What I absolutely and I've been teetering this line for years.
Okay.
And I feel like I do need to just go ahead and make that hard stand. No, genuinely, and that's just fully separating myself from the Harry Potter franchise.
I have no intention on watching the remake.
Not in my life, especially what's his name, John Lithgow. After the way he addressed,
I don't even know who's in the cast. That's how not intending to watch it. I am. I was like, oh, they're making a remake. That's cute.
It's just surrounded by nope. Everything about it is just screaming nope, and especially like it would be easier if J.K. Rowling would just slowly disappear. But the fact that her raising-ness,
be gone. She just be like, I'm still here.
Hateful, disgusting,
we know,
just miserable person. Like, just shut up.
We don't.
Like,
you know what?
For all of it, drop kicks my money into my wallet. She pushes it into my pocket.
She keeps it there. She keeps it there. Just watch Percy Jackson. The show is good. I love that little cast. They so cute. We supporting the Percy Jackson remake.
I'll do that then.
It's good. I think season 1 is over. I think season 2 coming out soon. But yeah, we need fresh new. Except Interview with the Vampire. Let's get some fresh new content.
Anne Rice they did shit to me. And don't tell me. And don't tell me either. If Anne Rice out here, nigga this, nigga that, don't tell me.
That came out when we were kids, like, why y'all remaking it? Stop playing with me. But I know we're getting old. I know we're getting old. They said we got the emo nights at the club. It's the 80s nights for our parents. So we're getting old. So I know that's why they're remaking the films, but make your own shit. Gen Z and down don't do nothing but copy us all day.
That's the thing. Like, we were the heyday. We were the golden era of everything. Music, television.
Them kids don't do nothing but copy us and pretend they made it up.
I mean, now y'all doing a little something with this TikTok. Now this is fun.
But all they do on TikTok is bring back stuff that we had and pretend they didn't know it came from us.
Or throw a new dance on it.
And throw a dance. Like my 11-year-old niece was singing a song. I was like, girl, what you know about that? What you know about that song? That song came out before you was even born. Why are you singing it? TikTok. So somebody told me ATL me about that life. I said, you know what? I'm sick of y'all.
Okay. I am just going to be thankful for the very the new and up and coming creators that I've stumbled upon that just have me in tears. Like that, I thought I showed you Thickney when we went out that day. Just seeing this girl have a very hilarious crash out every video is.
Oh no, TikTok is really eating. There's some content where there's every once in a while that content where you're on TikTok and you're like, this is what I get on TikTok for. This is why TikTok exists. I want this when I get on.
I genuinely should not be as big of a fan of Terry Jo as I am, but TikTok introduced me to Terry Jo.
My character is this guy who works in mental health nursing right now, and he has a channel. I think his name is Entertainer the Boss or something like that. It's some combination of words, but he has like a day in the psych ward as a nurse, and like he has this patient called Angela. And so if you ever see a black lady with crazy teeth in a trench coat and a hat, and she be like, I ain't never gave a fuck.
Oh, her.
My God. Yes. That is my show. That is my show. I ain't never gave a fuck. I ain't never gave a fuck. I be like, that is my show. Anytime I get up in the morning and check to see if he has uploaded. Like
you gotta tag me in. Tag me in that.
Yes, I'm locked in. So anyway, we will maybe. What are we watching? Oh yeah, we will see y'all next week because we have to talk about To Be Hero X.
Hero. Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't watched it, this is your opportunity to catch up so you can watch us talk about To Be Hero X. It really is a good show. It's that girl.
Yes.
Like, you should watch it.
Bree is just at a place right now.
Sorry. I almost threw my phone in my TV today when I watched it. So we will be talking about it next week. And then after that, I have no idea what we're going to be talking about. But if not, we'll just do some fun games, some tier lists. We haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye.